Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into how to make your money actually work for you. Because let's be honest, if it's just sitting there in a bank account, it might be doing the complete opposite. All right, let me start with a question. And it's one that might just keep you up at night. Is your money actually losing value while you sleep? I mean, while it's all tucked away, supposedly safe in that savings account, is it shrinking? And the answer, well, unfortunately, it's a big yes. That number you're seeing, 3.5%, that's roughly the average value your cash can lose to inflation every single year. So even when you think your money's safe, its purchasing power is actually draining away day by day. So if we all kind of know this, why aren't we all investing? It's a great question, right? Well, the reason usually isn't about the money itself. It's psychological. Let's dig into this idea of investment paralysis and how to overcome it. Have a look at this list. Does any of it ring a bell? You know, that nagging fear that you're just going to get it all wrong, or feeling totally intimidated by all the jargon. Maybe it's the scary headlines about market crashes that just overwhelm you. And a big one, thinking you need a massive pile of cash just to start. Look, these are completely normal fears. They are exactly what keeps so many of us sitting on the sidelines, doing nothing. I find this way of thinking about it really useful. We're constantly pulled between two big emotions, right? Fear, that's the brakes. It makes you slam them on and just freeze. Then you've got greed. That's the accelerator. It makes you floor it, chasing after the latest hot trend without thinking. The sweet spot for smart investing, it's finding that calm, steady path right down the middle. And this quote, it just nails it, doesn't it? We get so wrapped up in the potential risks of investing that we totally forget about the guaranteed risk of not investing. That slow, silent creep of inflation eating away at our savings. Really makes you think sometimes doing nothing is the biggest gamble you can take. Okay, so let's say you're ready. You're ready to break through that paralysis. Awesome. But hold on. Before you jump in, there's a little bit of homework to do first. Let's call it your pre-launch checklist. It's all about building a rock-solid financial foundation. The idea here is really simple. Before you even think about investing a penny, you've got to get your own financial house in order. So, number one, tackle any of that nasty high-interest debt. I'm looking at you, credit cards. Number two, build yourself a safety net, what we call an emergency fund. And number three, just double check that your insurance is sorted. You don't want one surprise event to completely wreck your whole plan. And just so we're all on the same page, what exactly is an emergency fund? It's basically a cash buffer. We're talking 3 to 6 months of your living expenses stashed away in an account you can get to fast. This is not investment money. This is your "oh no, the boiler just broke" fund. Having this in place is what gives you the peace of mind to invest, knowing you're covered for whatever curveballs life throws at you. All right, so once you've ticked off that checklist, we hit the next big hurdle. That voice in your head that says you need a fortune to even get started. So are you ready to invest? You might be surprised. Let's bust this myth right now. 50 quid, that's it. Believe it or not, tons of platforms and apps out there will let you set up a regular investment plan for as little as £50 a month. You absolutely do not need thousands saved up. The most important thing is just to begin, to build that habit. Okay, so now that you know you can get in the game, let's talk about how to play it well. Success really boils down to just a handful of core principles. Let's call them investing's golden rules. And rule number one, honestly, if you only remember one thing, make it this. It's time in the market, not timing the market. Forget trying to be a genius who can predict the perfect day to buy low and sell high. It's a fool's game. The evidence is overwhelming. What really builds wealth is just being consistently invested over the long haul. I absolutely love this analogy. It just perfectly captures the mindset you need. Investing isn't supposed to be this heart-pounding, adrenaline-fueled thrill ride. It's supposed to be a long, steady, strategic game of test match cricket. In fact, you know you're doing it right when it feels, well, a little bit boring.
And that's a perfect lead in to another crucial point. Investing is not gambling, not even close. When you gamble, the house always wins. The odds are literally stacked against you. But when you invest, you're buying a tiny piece of a real operating company, a business with employees, products, and a plan. It's about long term strategic thinking, where your money is actually working to create more value.
All right, golden rule number 2 is diversification. It's a fancy word for a super simple idea. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's it. A diversified portfolio just means you're spreading your money out across different things. Some in company shares, some in safer things like bonds, some in different parts of the world. It's all about managing risk because when one part of your portfolio is having a bad day, hopefully another part is having a good one.
And our third and final golden rule: you have got to master your own emotions. This one is tough, but it's critical. It means you have to fight that urge to check your investment app 10 times a day. And, most importantly, you cannot panic and sell everything the minute the market has a wobble, because it will have wobbles. Just remember the mantra: we're playing cricket, not bungee jumping. Okay, we're in the home stretch. To finish up, let's do a quick fire round. We're going to decode some of that jargon that sounds so complicated and scary, the stuff that stops so many people before they even start.
First up, the stocks and shares ISA. The easiest way to think about this is like a tax-free shield or a wrapper that you put around your investments. Here in the UK, you can pop up to £20,000 a year inside this wrapper. And guess what? Any money it makes is completely tax-free. It is an absolute no-brainer for most people starting out.
Next up, liquidity. What is it? It's just a measure of how quickly you can turn your investment back into cold, hard cash. Money in your bank account? That's super liquid. Some other things, like property, are much less liquid. It's just something you need to think about, depending on when you might need the money. And finally, the ETF. That stands for Exchange Traded Fund. And honestly, these are brilliant. They are one of the easiest ways to get that diversification we talked about instantly. See, an ETF just tracks a big market index like the FTSE 100. So when you buy one share of that ETF, you're not just buying one company, you're buying a tiny slice of all 100 of the biggest companies in the UK. So simple, so effective. So let's pull all of this together. What are the big takeaways here? First, your cash isn't as safe as you think, thanks to inflation. Second, build that solid financial foundation before you do anything else. Third, you don't need to be rich to start. You can begin with just £50. Fourth, remember to play the long game. And last but not least, diversification is your best friend. So there you have it. We've laid out the map. We've hopefully demystified the whole journey. The path to actually making your money work for you should feel a whole lot clearer now. Which leaves just one final question. What's your first step going to be?